Hello. You should be able to hear me, right? We good here? I want to be presentable, man. It's insane. Sorry that I'm late. We're supposed to do this a little while ago. But I just found out about all this stuff. Oh, man. There's a lot of stuff going on, folks. A lot of stuff going on. I didn't have to pause that, but let's get off of that. Whoops. Let's see if I can get this out here. Let's see. Oh, that's right. I gotta get that picture. That's what I was supposed to do. I'm sorry. I'm just setting this up now. I figure if I just kept, we'd just never get to this. But we got to do this out of respect to Charlie Kirk. Is this the picture right here? Like pull this up here. Right. So we'll have this here. Actually, yeah, just keep that here. And throw this over here, right? Let's do that. Um, whoa. Go back. Kind of like zoom in here. Ah. All right. So how does this work if I were to pull this up here? It looks like we got some stuff to go over here. Let's check this out. How we doing up here? Ah, I did forget that. Let me go get this. Got these. Check this out. Um, put that there. It's here. And then boom. How does that look? Okay. Oh man. All right, so I should be able to just drag and drop here. Um, okay. Hello, folks. Let's see if I can pull it up here. Hello, folks. It's your boy kicking it with Timmy B. Hope everyone is doing well. I have some unfortunate and breaking news. I'm a little bit late to the scene, but we have to report it today. A very tragic event has happened. There was an successful assassination attempt on Charlie Kirk. He is the founder of Turning Point USA. It's a great thing that it's a whole great organization that he started. It's a very interesting young man. It's unfortunate that this is happening, this has happened. My prayers go out to his family. They have to be going through it. I have nothing but respect for them, and for what they're going through. So my prayers go out to them. I just want to say that this is a very tragic loss of life. Charlie Kirk was a true God-fearing and a real American patriot. I think that's coming from me. I think that's exactly how I see him. I don't agree with everything that he has said, but there's a lot of things that he has said that it makes me think, and then I go and research, and it makes me informed because I go out and research it, but I hear it from a younger perspective on what's going on and how people see things and how they have conversations and have discourse is very important. To have these difficult conversations so we can learn and grow, even if we don't agree. We shouldn't do things. We shouldn't have political violence or violence just because someone doesn't agree with you. That's not cool. That's not right by any means. Political violence is not the answer. Violence is not the answer. You have to be able to have discourse, have conversation. So, without further ado, we're going to go check out a bunch of stuff here that I pulled up so we can go get informed on the situation. I sat in Mario Nafal's Twitter space or X space, and it was like a 6 hour space. I think I only tuned in for like three and a half, almost 4 hours of it. I had just found out while I was at work, and someone informed me that I actually had a conversation about Charlie Kirk to this individual, and she was the one that informed me. I was very unaware, but now we're starting. I've gotten some intel or some information. We've heard a few things from what folks that are in the conservative media space, and a couple folks who have actually met Charlie Kirk, and the situation is very unfortunate. Once again, my prayers go out to Charlie Kirk and his family. It's a very terrible loss for the conservative movement, for his family, for all the people that Charlie mentored and inspired and motivated. It's very unfortunate. All right, let's check this out. So we have word from Fox News that a suspect is in custody through the FBI. Through the space that we were listening to, there was a lot of mixed information. It doesn't seem to be a lot of hard evidence on what's going on. I don't know, but let's go check out what they have to say here. This is a Utah Highway Patrol officer. Let's go.
Safe for those kids.
Yeah.
So thank you.
That is so very true, and you can see this is a live picture and potentially any moment now. I think they're about to give a mic check real briefly. So, Mike, thank you so much for your time here on Live Now from Fox. I appreciate your time. I'm glad, obviously, your family is safe there, saying they were on lockdown, a suspect now in custody. I appreciate your time. Thanks for joining us here quickly on Live Now.
And thank you for covering this for us. Thank you.
All right, thanks so much. All right, let's quickly shift gears here on Live Now from Fox. Take you right out there to Utah. Spencer Cox providing an update.
We'll first hear from Utah Department of Public Safety Commissioner Bo Mason. Then we'll hear from the FBI Special Agent in Charge, Robert Bowles. We'll then hear from Utah Valley University Vice President Val Peterson, who's been in touch with President Jimenez. And then we'll hear from Governor Cox. I'll turn the time over to Commissioner Mason.
Hello, everyone. I'm Bo Mason, Commissioner for the Utah Department of Public Safety. Today at approximately 12:20 Mountain Standard Time, political influencer Charlie Kirk was shot in an event at the Utah Valley University. He was taken by private vehicle to Timpanogos Hospital, where he later passed. The Utah Department of Public Safety will be co-leading this criminal investigation to find this killer, along with the Federal Bureau of Investigation. We are working in unison with the County Sheriff's Office, the local police department, and the University Police Department, all of which have been very cooperative and fully engaged in this process. Shortly after the shooting, we did have a suspect in custody, George Zinn, but he was released from custody after we identified that he did not match the shooting suspect and was not an accurate person of interest. However, he has been booked into the county jail by Utah Valley University Police Department for obstruction of justice.
Wow. Okay.
We do still have an active investigation.
So they have that person, at least.
This incident occurred with a large crowd around. There was one shot fired and one victim.
That's crazy.
While the suspect is at large, we believe this was a targeted attack towards one individual.
Yeah, it seems pretty evident, unfortunately, that was a planned assault on Charlie Kirk. It almost seems political because of Charlie Kirk's views or his viewpoint, especially when it comes to politics, and I might say even when it comes to religious aspects, as in believing in God. There's many reasons. We just don't know the exact motive because we don't have this person that did it. That's insane.
This is a tragic moment in our state and in our country. As we heal, we encourage everyone who is struggling with news of the incident to call 988, our state mental health crisis line. In addition to that, our partners with the FBI will also be discussing other ways we can communicate through the public for tips and other information. Thank you.
Good afternoon. On behalf of the FBI, we extend our sincerest condolences to the family and friends of Charlie Kirk. Our thoughts are also with the people who witnessed this traumatic event. We know that what you experienced was very difficult. Our thoughts are with you as well.
It's crazy, man.
As soon as we heard about the shooting, special agents and personnel from the Salt Lake Field Office responded immediately. We have full resources devoted to this investigation, including tactical, operational, investigative, and intelligence. To be clear, the FBI will fully support and co-lead this investigation alongside with our partners. We are working on setting up a digital media tip line, and as soon as it's established, we'll get that information out to everyone. I know there's a lot of questions. This is very much an active case, and this investigation is in its early stages. We are following all the leads and all the evidence. If anyone has any information, please report it to the FBI or local law enforcement. Thank you.
We're trying to get the information from you folks. Like, there looks like there was a building that was on the campus where the individual was posted up on. Like, what's up with this? This is like, we got these kind of people out here just walking around, posted up on buildings. Like, it's just like doing this stuff, and it's a recurring thing. And now there's a successful attempt at this. I mean, this is not right. This is not right at all.
On behalf of President Tumenez, who we've been communicating with, and she's on her way back right now, I say that on behalf of Utah Valley University, we are shocked and saddened by the tragic passing of Charlie Kirk. We express our sincere condolences to the Kirk family. We grieve with our students, faculty, and staff who bore witness to this unspeakable tragedy. He was invited by the student group Turning Point USA to speak on our campus. We firmly believe that UVU is a place to share ideas and to debate openly and respectfully. Any attempt to infringe on those rights has no place here.
Wow.
We do not condone any form of violence at UVU and seek to make our campus a safe place for all.
Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on this dark and tragic occasion. I want to thank our law enforcement officers who are leading this investigation, starting with Chief Long and his response here with the UVU Police Department. We're grateful for your leadership and your team. And again, to the speakers that you've just heard from who are co-leading this investigation. I also want to recognize Sheriff Mike Smith, who has been an invaluable partner as this investigation moves forward. I've been in touch with President Trump, with FBI Director Kash Patel. We are completely aligned with our state and federal partners as we work through this case. Now,
what did they say? I mean, how, like, what? Yeah, what did they say? So let's break this down.
This is a dark day for our state. It's a tragic day for our nation. And I want to be very clear that this is a political assassination.
It's crazy, man.
We are celebrating 250 years of the founding of this great nation. That founding document, the Declaration of Independence. That this great experiment on which we embarked together 250 years ago, that we are endowed by our Creator with certain unalienable rights. The first one of those is life. And today, a life was taken. Charlie Kirk was first and foremost a husband and a dad to two young children.
Yep.
He was also very much politically involved, and that's why he was here on campus. Charlie believed in the power of free speech and debate.
Right.
To shape ideas.
Let's go.
And to persuade people. Historically, our university campuses in this nation and here in the state of Utah have been the place where truth and ideas are formulated and debated. And that's what he does.
That's great.
He comes on college campuses and he debates. That is foundational to the formation of our country.
Right.
Wow. To our most basic constitutional rights.
Very interesting.
And when someone takes the life of a person because of their ideas or their ideals,
that's unacceptable.
Then that very constitutional foundation is threatened. Now, we have a person of interest in custody. The investigation is ongoing.
But I want to make it crystal clear right now to whoever did this, we will find you.
That's crazy.
We will try you. And we will hold you accountable to the furthest extent of the law. And I just want to remind people that we still have the death penalty here in the state of Utah.
That's crazy.
Our nation is broken.
He said that, so they're still doing the death penalty. Oh man, I'd hate to be whoever this is. I mean, just the burden that you carry doing something like so unforgiving like this. This is unacceptable. It's crazy, man.
We've had political assassinations recently in Minnesota. We had an attempted assassination on the governor of Pennsylvania. And we had an attempted assassination on a presidential candidate and former president of the United States, and now current president of the United States. Nothing I say can unite us as a country. Nothing I can say right now can fix what is broken. Nothing I can say can bring back Charlie Kirk.
Oh man,
our
so
hearts
sad.
are broken. We mourn with his wife, his children, his family, his friends. We mourn as a nation. If anyone in the sound of my voice celebrated even a little bit at the news of this shooting,
Look yourself in the mirror, right?
I would beg you to look in the mirror.
It's crazy.
And to see if you can find a better angel in there somewhere. I don't care what his politics are. I care that he was an American.
Yep.
We desperately need our country. We desperately need leaders in our country. But more than the leaders, we just need every single person in this country to think about where we are and where we want to be. To ask ourselves, is this it? Is this what 250 years has wrought on us? I pray that that's not the case. I pray that those who hated what Charlie Kirk stood for will put down their social media and their pens and pray for his family, and that all of us will try to find a way to stop hating our fellow Americans. With that, we're happy to take a few questions.
The FBI director is posting that a suspect is in custody. I would just like clarification. Do you or do you not have a suspected shooter in custody?
We have a person of interest in custody that is being interviewed right now.
That is not George Zinn.
That is not George Zinn. Okay. That is correct.
Are you still searching
or looking for another shooter or anybody else related to this?
Yes, we are actively looking for anyone and everyone who has any possible information relating to this shooting.
Can you tell us details about the suspect being taken into custody? Where? How long ago?
We cannot at this point, but we will get you that information when.
They just took this person. Yeah, he's in some kind of. They let him go, and then they put him into some kind of lockup or something like that. So they got him hidden somewhere. What? That's crazy.
We can't.
Is there believed to be a
where's the real person that did this? That's crazy, man. That's not cool.
second individual involved in the shooting?
At this point, there is no information that would lead us to believe that there is a second person involved.
Can you guys talk about the possible shooter?
Do you want to talk about what we know there?
Yeah. The only information we have on the suspect, the possible shooter, is taken from closed circuit TV here on campus. We do have that. We're analyzing it, but it is security camera footage, so you can kind of guess what the quality of that is. but we do know dressed in all dark clothing, but we don't have a much better description other than that.
Where the shot came from?
The shot came from here on campus, from a location at a fair, potentially from a roof, yes. A longer distance shot from a roof.
That's crazy,
So to
man.
clarify, with the security camera footage you have and the person of interest that's in custody, do those...
So now they're saying that this was taken from an elevated position. Why? Oh man, if this was on the campus, like how is this campus set up? Is there like walls? Is there gates? Is there fences? Is there patrols? Like is there a way to get inside with this long range firearm or whatever? Like this is so crazy.
Does that match up?
That's what we're trying to decipher right now.
So did FBI or DHS have anything on the threat board this morning?
I can't speak.
I'll just say that the investigation's ongoing, and as soon as we have further information, we will be sure to release it.
Any indications of foreign intelligence involvement?
As of now, I can't comment on any of that.
Can you talk a little about the security of the event itself?
This guy was
who
like
was
laughing.
there, security-wise, and what happens on these kind of events?
Yeah, that'd be nice to.
So my name is Jeff Long. I'm the police chief here at UVU, and I'll tell you right now, we're devastated. We're a small police department. We have a very large campus. We have over 40,000 students, and we love our students. We love our visitors, and we're devastated by what happened today. This is the police chief's nightmare. I'm very saddened for the Kirk family. I know his wife and parents found out about this. You know, obviously he's away from home. He's here in Utah. They find out by a police officer that visits their home. That's tragic. Nobody wants that. But I can tell you about our venue today. This was an open venue. This was outside.
There we go.
We did
That's
have 6 officers working that event. We had probably over 3,000 people that were in attendance.
Wow.
It sat down in kind of a bowl area here on the central campus. We have a waterfall area, and so he was kind of in a lower area, surrounded by buildings. We had some plainclothes police officers that were in the crowd as well. We train for these things, and you think you have things covered, and these things. Unfortunately, they happen. You try to get your bases covered, and unfortunately today we didn't. And because of that, we had this tragic incident. So we did have officers there. We had Charlie Kirk's team. He has a security team that travels with him, and they were here with him when he was shot.
Was the gun covered?
Wow.
I'm sorry. See?
So I'd love to hear about the security team. Like, did no one see this guy or whoever this was on top of this rooftop? And like, I'd love to see the geographical area, or just, I would love to see the map of the campus here and just kind of figure out all of this, because this is wild. So they're in a lower area. It sounds like in the middle of the campus or something like that. The middle of the campus. Okay.
Was the weapon recovered?
At this point, I can't disclose that.
Who made the arrest?
There was a question being asked about mass shooting. Was that person apprehended? And do you know who asked that question?
Say the question again. I don't know if I understand what you're saying.
When Charlie Kirk was shot, he was answering a question about mass shootings specifically. Was that person apprehended? And do you know who asked that question?
I do not. We do not have that at this moment.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have time for just one more question, so thank you.
Yeah, a question for the chief as well. Was it your team or Kirk's team, or a combination of both that kind of set the security protocol for the event?
So we work together. He has his team, and they do this all over the country. We all know that. This is not uncommon for them. They're very comfortable on campuses, and I was coordinating with his lead security guy, and we were working together.
Was this a sharpshooter type shot?
Ladies and gentlemen, those are all the questions that will be answered today. Again, thank you for covering this. We will be updating you as soon as we have additional information through normal channels, working with law enforcement. Again, our deepest condolences to the Kirk family and to the students who were there today. I would just ask everyone everywhere to please pray for their family and to pray for our country. We need it now more than ever. Thank you.
That's very sad. It's very sad. My prayers go out to Charlie Kirk and his family. He has 2 infant children, I'm pretty sure, 2 and 3, and a wife he leaves behind. It's very sad. My prayers go out to them. His parents must be devastated. He was he seemed like a very informed young man, and just like one of the gentlemen who spoke up, I think it was the governor, stating that Charlie Kirk he defended freedom of speech, and he debated people. And he went to a place where challenging thoughts and ideas is where it all starts, right? And then it becomes something that you learn from it and become better. Take the good and the bad from it. It's so sad. My prayers go out to Charlie Kirk. I have a actually, let's go back to this, right? Yeah. Let's see here. And let's see. Apparently President Trump has said something about this. Let's go see what he has to say.
Filled with grief and anger at the heinous assassination of Charlie Kirk on a college campus in Utah. Charlie inspired millions, and tonight all who knew him and loved him are united in shock and horror. Charlie was a patriot who devoted his life to the cause of open debate and the country that he loved so much, the United States of America. He fought for liberty, democracy, justice, and the American people. He's a martyr for truth and freedom, and there's never been anyone who was so respected by youth. Charlie was also a man of deep, deep faith, and we take comfort in the knowledge that he is now at peace with God in heaven. Our prayers are with his wife, Erica, the 2 young, beloved children, and his entire family, who he loved more than anything in the world. We ask God to watch over them in this terrible hour of heartache and pain. This is a dark moment for America. Charlie Kirk traveled the nation, joyfully engaging with everyone interested in good faith debate. His mission was to bring young people into the political process, which he did better than anybody ever.
Wow.
To share his love of country and to spread the simple words of common sense. On campuses nationwide, he championed his ideas with courage, logic, humor, and grace. It's a long past time for all Americans and the media to confront the fact that violence and murder are the tragic consequence of demonizing those with whom you disagree day after day, year after year, in the most hateful and despicable way possible. For years, those on the radical left have compared wonderful Americans like Charlie to Nazis and the world's worst mass murderers and criminals.
Wow.
This kind of rhetoric is directly responsible for the terrorism that we're seeing in our country today, and it must stop right now. My administration will find each and every one of those who contributed to this atrocity and to other political violence, including the organizations that fund it and support it, as well as those who go after our judges, law enforcement officials, and everyone else who brings order to our country. From the attack on my life in Butler, Pennsylvania last year, which killed a husband and father, to the attacks on ICE agents, to the vicious murder of a healthcare executive in the streets of New York, to the shooting of House Majority Leader Steve Scalise and 3 others, radical left political violence has hurt too many innocent people and taken too many lives. Tonight, I ask all Americans to commit themselves to the American values for which Charlie Kirk lived and died, the values of free speech, citizenship, the rule of law, and the patriotic devotion and love of God. Charlie was the best of America, and the monster who attacked him was attacking our whole country. An assassin tried to silence him with a bullet, but he failed, because together we will ensure that his voice, his message, and his legacy
never goes away.
Will live on for countless generations to come. Today, because of this heinous act, Charlie's voice has become bigger and grander than ever before, and it's not even close. May God bless his memory.
That's crazy.
May God watch over his family, and may God bless the United States of America. Thank you.
Wow, very heartfelt speech about Charlie Kirk. Wow. The true American hero. I mean, like, that's awesome, right? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Wow. So, what else do we have here? I got... What about... So we got to see this in text form. You know what I mean? I got to see this in text form. Let's pull this up. Can you see me? Let's see what's up here. Hope everyone's doing well. It is September 10th, 2025. It is a very tragic day. I have some breaking news. I have an article here by ABC4 Utah about the passing of this great person by a terrible unknown individual that is still, I guess, on the loose, or is in further need of an interrogation for the information behind the assassination of Charlie Kirk at UVU. Let's go check this developing story out with this article here. We'll play this video. I just want to get something in text here so we are on paper here. You know what I mean? So we could get some definite information, or as much as we can. So it goes. Charlie Kirk dead after UVU shooting. Trump and Governor Cox say. This is a developing story with live updates. This is Orem, Utah. ABC4. Charlie Kirk, a conservative influencer, has been shot while at a rally on the Utah Valley University campus. President Donald Trump and Governor Cox say that he has passed away. Charlie Kirk, a conservative influencer and co-founder of Turning Point USA, was appearing for the American Comeback Tour hosted by Turning Point USA chapter at UVU. So he has like these different chapters at like all these different schools. Charlie Kirk showed up to my specific school a bunch of times. When he showed up, I mean, it was hard to get to him. You know what I mean? If you wanted to like talk, but obviously you could just go in line and do your thing. But that line, people waited. People would wait to get in his lines. And when he did show up, if he was indoors, you almost couldn't get in because it'd be packed. I digress. The event was held at 12 p.m. at in the UVU courtyard. A petition was created to protest Charlie Kirk's planned appearances at UVU and Utah State University. Like, look how many people this is, man. It's like, it would be like that anywhere this guy goes. Anywhere that he goes. He's got that good energy, in my personal opinion. According to a UVU spokesperson, at 12:20 this afternoon, quote, a single shot rang out in the quad near the food court. Excuse me. At the UVU Orem campus, as Charlie Kirk began speaking at his event, Kirk was hit and transported to the hospital. So he didn't like pass away on spot, you know. At least got this guy to a hospital to first, like, you gotta be able to apply first aid there. If you can't apply it there, you gotta get this guy mobile to a hospital so he can be seen by a surgeon, so on and so forth, and get further medical assistance. So I digress. The great and even legendary Charlie Kirk is dead, they say. No one understood or had the heart of the youth in the United States of America better than Charlie. And he was loved and admired by all, especially me. And now he is no longer with us. Melania and my sympathies go out to his beautiful wife, Erica, and family. Charlie, we love you. President Trump shared on Truth Social. Very interesting. Let's check this out. These are all the people here. Oh man, that's crazy. I seen the actual video of him up close and the impact. It's very sad. It's very heartbreaking. I'm obviously not going to play it here. I probably shouldn't even play this now because I want this to go up on YouTube so I can have this in memory of Charlie Kirk, because I've gone to a couple events hosted by Turning Point USA, and I think Charlie Kirk has done a fantastic job with Turning Point USA, and I feel like it's only going to be even bigger now, unfortunately, that he is not here like with us, but his work will continue on, is what I'm trying to say. So anyway, Utah Governor Spencer Cox also confirmed his passing, and he's obviously in the video that we had played, if you were here for that, but this is going to be cut up in different videos. I just got off the phone with President Trump, working with the FBI and Utah law enforcement. We will bring to justice the individual responsible for this tragedy, which is telling me that obviously they don't have the real person behind this, like who actually was on that roof. Abby and I are heartbroken. We are praying for Charlie's wife, daughter, and son, Governor Cox posted. According to the UVU, the campus will be closed until September 15th, so that's 5 days from now. A press release was held around 4:30 p.m. Where Governor Cox spoke alongside federal and state officials. Authorities believe this was a targeted attack and said that the suspect was dressed in dark clothes, just sitting on a roof. Man, oh my God, these people are crazy. These people are freaking monsters. This is a dark day for our state. This is a dark day for our nation. He goes on, I want to be clear, this is a political assassination, end quote, Governor Cox stated during the press conference. I'm going to leave the rest of this article in the description below, but it's very sad. It's very sad. I just wanted some physical text of like what's going on here. We pretty much got that straight from a Utah media platform or news outlet, excuse me. Let's go see what they have to say. It looks like they're like on the ground here. If it'll play without
points there that I also want to acknowledge. If you consider the fact that the suspected shooting happened around 12:15 or 12:20, time now is 4:25. We understand a lot of people are here today. I want to bring you news I'm just hearing now.
The
FBI
road closed.
director has confirmed the suspect is in fact in custody at this point. Again, that suspected shooter, the one suspected of shooting and killing Charlie Kirk here at Utah Valley University campus in Orem today, according to the FBI, is in fact in custody at this point. We are preparing to hear from those state leaders, Governor Spencer Cox, as well as law enforcement, Utah Highway Patrol. Let's listen into that right now.
Utah Valley University.
Let's see what they have to say, though.
Who's been in touch with President Jimenez, and then we'll hear from Governor Cox. I'll turn the time over to Commissioner Mason.
Yeah, we already heard this, right? Yeah, we already heard this. This guy.
Hello, everyone. I'm Bo Mason, Commissioner for the Utah Department of Public Safety. Today at approximately 12:20 Mountain Standard Time, political influencer Charlie Kirk was shot at an event at the Utah Valley University. He was taken by private vehicle to Timpanogos Hospital, where he later passed. The Utah Department of Public Safety will be co-leading this criminal investigation to find this killer, along with the Federal Bureau of Investigation. We are working in unison with the County Sheriff's Office, the local police department, and the University Police Department, all of which have been very cooperative and fully engaged in this process. Shortly after the shooting, we did have a suspect in custody, George Zinn, but he was released from custody after we identified that he did not match the shooting suspect and was not an accurate person of interest.
Well, they got him for something else.
He has been booked into the county jail by Utah Valley University Police Department for obstruction of justice. We do still have an active investigation for the person of interest. This incident occurred with a large crowd around. There was one shot fired and one victim. While the suspect is at large, we believe this was a targeted attack towards one individual. This is a tragic moment in our state and in our country. As we heal, we encourage everyone who is struggling with news of the incident to call 988, our state mental health crisis line. In addition to that, our partners with the FBI will also be discussing other ways we can communicate through the public for tips and other information. Thank you.
Yeah, we've already heard this, and the FBI didn't even say anything like either. That's not good. I mean, I like, how do we know? I'm gonna leave this link to this video and the whole article. This was ABC 4 Utah. Shout out to them. I mean, how do we know what? How do we know if that's the real person that did that? Like, how do we know that? You know what I mean? How am I supposed to, like? Because it didn't seem like they were so sure. You know what I mean? It didn't seem like they were really sure about what, if they had the person or not. I don't like that. I don't like the what's it called? I don't have a lot of confidence in that. I don't like that stuff, man. Erica Kirk goes Psalm 46:1. God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. Oh, Barack Obama said something. Wow, what did Barack Obama say? He said, "We don't yet know what motivated the person who shot and killed Charlie Kirk, but this kind of despicable violence has no place in our democracy." Michelle and I will be praying for Charlie's family tonight, especially his wife, Erica, and their 2 young children. That's crazy. The persistence. Is this Scott Presler? What did Scott Presler say? Saint Michael the Archangel, defend us in battle. Be our protection against the wickedness and snares of the devil. May God rebuke him, we humbly pray. And do thou, O Prince of the heavenly hosts, by the power of God, thrust into hell Satan and all the evil spirits who prowl about the world, seeking the ruin of souls. Amen. Vivek, like, what did he say? He's a good friend of Charlie Kirk. I actually have like a video or 2 ready here with Vivek and Charlie Kirk. I thought they did a fantastic job during, I guess, a part of Charlie's tour, where he like shows up to like colleges and stuff like that. He brought Vivek Ramaswamy. I thought that was some of the best content right there that he's done. But obviously, you know, when he's doing his own thing, he just sits there and he debates these people. It was amazing. It was amazing. And I hope that inspires other people to go and ask questions and to have conversations that probably aren't the best, but we need to have these conversations because people have all kinds of ideas. We need to be able to discuss on a civilized level without, harm and aggression. These ideas, you know what I mean? That's how we learn and become better. But we can't be doing this because of, you don't like what somebody has to say. That's absurd. That is absurd. So that's something we were just reading on Twitter there. I'm trying to think, what was this? Oh, so this picture, I took this picture at AMFest. I'll just say that. I probably should have saved this for the end, but that's okay, since I'm just bringing it up. Actually, I will save it for the end. But I took this picture. But let's see here. Oh, that's right. I was supposed to leave that up. I was. We gotta go back. Originally, I was gonna start the show off with playing this video, but I forgot to. Let's see. Alright, and I did put that out there, right? So you can see that, right? Yep. I'll send that out there. Cool, I just wanted to make sure. We did that, so we gotta go back. We gotta go find that space. That space was like insane. I'm telling you, Mario in the fall, he be having some like, the spaces he be having are like wild. They're super wild. Alright, so this person Yeet, they got some intel here. They got a post. I don't know why it keeps doing this. They got a post here. on X of, I guess someone took some pictures of somebody getting on a roof that's at this UVU, Utah Valley University. There's a building adjacent from Charlie Kirk that someone is climbing up on. It seems like this might be the person. Look at the silhouette. That's crazy. The silhouette's crazy. I mean, obviously, like, that's the somebody's like zooming it in, and then there's people who are taking the image and they're zooming it in on that. So, I mean, but that's probably, I don't know. Like, I got to see the footage of this from what this was taken from. I got to see the footage because you might be able to see it better with it moving. There might be some more light. But I tell you what, that looks crazy. Bro, that looks crazy. That doesn't look good, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, I'm not even reading like any of this. This is... I was reading that. I don't know what that was trying to say there. If there was like someone that was, if there were people saying stuff that was leading up to this, that I don't know, man. I don't know. That's crazy. But I'll just say, whoever this is, I mean, that's wild. These people in these rooftops, it's just unreal. These are like some straight up, like, insane people. I mean, they're sitting on rooftops like they're about to do like a secret op in like another country or something like that. Like they're working for somebody. Or they're just this ordinary people that just says, hey, I'm going to take this inside this place that like I could somehow seem to be getting this kind of stuff through the security. And I'm just going to pull up to this rooftop. Like, who knows how this dude got up to this rooftop? Is there like a staircase or something like that? That's crazy. Let's go back real quick. I mean, how is he getting how do they know to get directly up there? Is this somebody that goes to the school? Like, this is insane. Oh man, these people in the Zionist stuff, it's crazy. I can't even, I can't even with that. But I mean, I have a lot of questions, and this ain't good, man. Absolutely sick people out here plotting. And my man, Charlie Kirk, man, it's so unfortunate. So unfortunate. I just wanted to go over this. It's just kind of getting a viewpoint of what's going on. I mean, is that like a tripod? I mean, what? Or is that some kind of ladder or something like that? That's crazy. So what is that, a ladder? Because it's almost even on both sides of the person here, of the figure. I mean, like that. No, that's crazy. Oh, my prayers go out to Charlie Kirk's family. That's so sad. That's absolutely so sad. I was supposed to... yeah, I was supposed to have Mario Nafal's a Twitter space playing. If you're not following Mario Nafal, he's an interesting character. Very interesting character. He puts out this show on YouTube, and he's like an investor. And he's the founder of IBC Groupio. You can find him on attentioncompany.com. He's got 2.3 million followers on X. He has these spaces, and they got some like pretty renowned people that go up in there, and then they just have some like usuals that are just ordinary people just posting stuff about the news and everything like that. But a lot of these people he has from the military, like journalism or journalists, all kinds of people, political figures, and they pull up and they give their 2 cents on it. And some of the conversations that they be having are fascinating. Are fascinating. Apparently there's a gentleman, sit rep, he runs a real-time intel, some kind of like for his page, and then has something that's available on iOS and Android, powered by Artoria Tech. He's got like 18,000 followers on X. He was giving an update via Maria Nafal's Twitter space, talk about Charlie Kirk. I'm gonna play a little bit of it. This was like the beginning. You can hear all these people. They're gonna be going back and forth, like talk about it. And then I'll put on some video of Charlie Kirk, him debating some people. And then with Vivek Ramaswamy, we'll read what he has to say. And then we'll wrap up. I'll talk about this picture and my experience with Charlie Kirk and Turning Point USA, and how that's shaped me to be here, to be doing this video today on this tragic evening, September 10th, 2025, a day away from September 11th. Apparently something happened yesterday. I forgot what that was. Somebody had like commented that it's just so many tragic things going on. But anyway, just giving you a little brief of the next bit of the stream here in honor of Charlie Kirk. Let's go check out what Maria Nafal, the first, I guess, few minutes of his stream and what they talked about, because it's like breaking news for them. Let's go play a little bit of this. Actually, but
hey, good morning. We're just gonna go straight into it. Justin, I just want to make sure you're live and you're good.
Yeah, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, so I mean, I think we've seen the videos. I think it's clear, as the title says, Charlie Kirk has been shot at a event in the university in Utah. It's a heartbreaking video.
Yeah.
I know you were talking to people who were actually, I think you said you might know somebody who's specifically there at the event.
Yeah, to be clear, this is UVU. This is
Yep.
Utah Valley University. This is in Provo. This is basically just about 10 or 15 minutes north of BYU. And this it used to be a community college. It's turned into a full-fledged university, very burgeoning campus. This has been advertised among my Utah friends for a long time. I had two friends who were on the ground, literally just working away. I get a call from one, and he says, I swear Charlie Kirk was just shot. He was there at the event. The events, as he told them to me, were a guy got up. He said he was a convert to the LDS church, and they had a good conversation back and forth about the Bible. Next speaker got up and asked a question about trans issues. You could see Charlie leaning back in his chair. And the next thing you know, before Charlie, I think he started to answer, the guy pulled out a gun, and it appears that he shot
Charlie Kirk. From some of the video, you can't really tell exactly what happened. I have it on pretty good authority that he does wear a bulletproof vest. But go ahead.
From the video, just to confirm, because I haven't had a chance to really analyze it in that angle, it's the guy who was asking the question is a suspected shooter?
That's correct, yes.
Okay, sorry. Keep on going, Justin.
So, as I understand it, Charlie does wear a vest at this point, but it appears like he was shot.
This was
in
like
the neck,
6
and we're not
hours
quite sure
ago.
exactly what transpired. He collapsed
8 hours ago,
and people started running, and it's unclear. But they quickly, brought him off stage. It could be a very, very serious issue. We don't know exactly. I know that. I saw Mike Lee was tweeting it out. We have a lot of friends on the ground there in Utah. Another one texted me that he was just heading to the event and heard the shots. Everyone started coming out there. But that's the events as I heard them relayed to me by an eyewitness there.
Sarah, I see your hand up. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, Steph. Thanks, Justin. Justin, now you know people that were at the event, is that correct?
Yes, correct. I had a person who was literally just about 10 or 20 feet off to the left of where this all transpired, saw it happen, and was just flummoxed, didn't know what to be, called me immediately.
Do you know if it was multiple shots fired, or if it was one, or if the perpetrator was a man or a woman?
I believe it was a man, but I don't know that for sure. I'm not sure exactly what transpired, how many shots that is. We know, immediately Charlie collapsed back into his chair there. And there are a few videos now. I am certain there are going to be dozens of video angles of this thing. These are kids, obviously, on campus. Mm-hmm. Everyone loves these big rousing events that Charlie puts on. And so it's a really, really tragic, crazy thing. I don't know what the latest reports. I'm sure they're going to come in fast and furious here.
Yeah, just I've listened to Charlie Kirk. I've watched him at these events, and they are always supercharged. People come up, they're angry, and he challenges them. And most of his opinions, I will say I don't agree with, but absolutely nobody in this country deserves to be shot for their opinions. I don't care what Charlie Kirk says that people may find offensive. It is his right to say it. We live in the United States of America, and you can stand on your pulpit and say whatever you want, and you should be free to do so. This is heartbreaking.
Oh my gosh. The reports are coming in.
So he announced
is dead.
Do you have a?
I'm hearing that from different. I don't know. I don't know.
Two different news outlets.
These are from people and chats that I have on the background. People that I don't want to say this confirmed at all, but that's what's going on. I don't know. It's an old man apparently that was doing the shooting, but we don't know.
Yeah, I see a picture that popped up that it appears to be an elderly gentleman, but
see, this is the other side.
The elderly gentleman, the one that was again from the video.
As this is all happening,
here, so I haven't
they're all trying to figure it out.
It looked like it was the younger person who was asking the question.
I tuned in at the 2 hour mark or something like that. I want to say, or hour and a half, or the 2 hour mark. And then they end up talking about Charlie. All these people chime in and say what they have to say. And then they have this discussion about how social media is destroying us and how we should be back in the 90s where we didn't have social media. But we had our issues, but pretty much stating that social media is magnifying or accelerating our destruction, our own self-destruction to humankind, to mankind.
Question.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And all while this is going on, they're talking about what the left has been doing to make people or to vilify people, to make them out to be like these, I guess I have to say it now, man, it's these Nazis, and they're people who don't disagree with you are not Nazis. Like, not everyone that disagrees with you is a Nazi. Like, it's, and you can only say that so much until one of these idiots come out and do something like this. It's so sad. It's so sad.
I don't know, but
there's pictures of an elderly gentleman, it appears to be being held down. Now that could have just been somebody that is a bystander in the mix.
Doc, I know your hand's up. I don't know if you have any additional information that you'd like to share.
No, I was going to ask what Charlie's condition was, and that's why I put my hand up.
No one can confirm this right now. There are pictures of the arrest of an older man on campus, but I don't know. I'm going to check with my sources here on what's going on.
I think this is kind of a serious development.
This is like a
act of political violence,
domestic terrorist.
Straight up, and as the definition is, this is terrorism, domestic terrorism at its finest. Clearly, Charlie Kirk was targeted because of who he is and the opinions he held. And I think it's very important to note that he was very influential within the MAGA political movement, very influential within the American First political apparatus. He was very influential in the 2024 elections. Clearly, he was targeted because of his political beliefs. And, that is clearly the term of domestic terrorism at its finest. I think we need to get more information on who the shooter was, but more importantly, in the condition. Justin, I know you're looking into this and trying to see, again, what Justin shared earlier, please, is unconfirmed.
This is crazy.
We do not know.
There's some stuff going on with streamer Asmongold and Ed Krasenstein asking for, and then Elon Musk is somehow involved. Elon Musk is saying that there's people on Blue Sky right now making fun and celebrating Charlie Kirk passing away. That's crazy.
But we do not have any official sources from
this
his
was
condition
31 minutes ago. 8:32 p.m.
Information on that. We do know he has been shot. That has been confirmed, not only from the video and eyewitness testimony, but even from media. That has been confirmed, and you can see it. It looks like he was shot in the neck, but we don't know his ultimate condition. Justin, if you have anything, by all means.
No, I want to roll that back. I don't know. I just heard from one source, and again, this is just horrific.
I just want to play video games, man. That's crazy.
The crowd was vast. It was very big there on campus. I'm sure it brought people from other campuses as well. These are well-attended events. I know his team is very attuned to security, but Charlie has his usual style in kicking back in a chair with a mic, answering questions on the fly. But it does appear from the reports we have and from the video that he was shot in the neck region, which can be just devastating. But everyone is out there praying to see that he's okay here. We don't know.
Singo, I saw your hand was up. I don't know if you have any questions or is there something you wanted to mention specifically?
I see I gotta stop watching.
So now we're gonna move a little bit further into this.
And it's a very, very controversial topic right now. I think that bears some discussion.
Yeah.
TMZ said something. It says TMZ, Oil London, or Ali London. I thought he was Oil London, but I guess he had to get rid of it. Anyway, TMZ issues clarification and apology over tone-deaf laughter that could be heard in the background during the live stream reporting about Charlie Kirk. As we were reporting why does he has 3 S's in this? Of assassination of Charlie Kirk, there were some people in the back room away from our news desk who were watching a car chase, and they were laughing and clapping. They were not laughing that way about Charlie Kirk's assassination. That's crazy. Oh Oh man, that's insane. Wait, so James Wood, he has the clip. Let's go check this out real quick, and we'll come back to this. He says TMZ. Wow, we gotta check this out. This is James Wood, the movie actor on X. Goes. He shares this post of TMZ saying, "We want to make it clear that these cheers were a reaction to a high-speed chase during in California. This was prior to and not related to Charlie Kirk's death." Let's see what's going on.
Janet, go to have somebody look at the Fox. Trump just posted that Charlie Kirk is dead.
All right, so is this ready to pull the trigger? We can get Trump cut in a second.
Janet, go to have somebody
that's
look
not cool,
at
man.
The Fox. Trump just posted.
Well, they're
that Charlie
laughing
Kirk is dead.
before he says this. They're laughing, and then like 20-something seconds later, he says it. So does he say it before this clip? I'm not. If I understood what the other 20 seconds before this was, or like, yeah, I would understand the context of like why they were laughing, or I'd understand the timing, and then I'd line it up with them laughing and be able to determine whether it was for his comment. It's just, if they were laughing because of Charlie Kirk passing away, shame on these people. With the way this video is set up, I mean, that's just how I'm seeing it. It seems really weird. It definitely seems really weird. I would like to get the 20 seconds before this, but they're laughing. It like the video just cuts. It starts with him sitting here. Let me play it one more time.
Janet, go.
They're already clapping. Are they reading the chat? These, like, I just don't. There's just.
Go to.
I wish the camera would pan to who these people are. That'd have been great, because then we would have really been able to see what was going on. If they were actually laughing, because if they were laughing at some car chase, and then you pan the camera over there, and they're laughing because they have something up about Charlie Kirk's death, or they're literally watching whoever, I forgot this guy's name, who's the guy of TMZ, watching this guy getting the news and them cheering it on. That's when I'm going like they, oh gee, man, that's, oh man, this is some sick behavior. If that is what really happened, that's some sick behavior. Did I have that up? Yeah, let's go back.
Again, just because unfortunately we have seen an increase in political violence. I mean, we talked about the targeted assassination against the replica baseball field that injured Steve Scalise. I think he still has leftover physical damage from that. We've seen the targeted assassination attempt against President Trump, and now we've seen again. I highlighted the one in Minnesota where a Democratic congressman and then the Speaker of the House of the Minnesota House of Representatives was
that was
assassinated.
Like a few months ago, or it's almost like a couple months ago, 3 months ago or something.
Violence and political violence, and this time now targeting a major.
Gotta pray for the homie Charlie,
spokesperson for the American First Movement and a political commentator. I think unfortunately, this is now a trend of political violence that we're seeing in this country, targeting both Republicans and Democrats and influential people. And and it needs to be addressed immediately and how this is being done. Again, we don't necessarily know the motives of the person who did it. That we would have to wait for a commentary from the police and law enforcement.
Which we've already
very
gotten
positive, almost
now.
certain, because of the nature of who was targeted.
Once again, we're literally watching this space from Mario Nafal. He has these notorious spaces that like people pull up and they have these conversations of like on these broad topics, but they talk about the news. They have so many people on here. We're checking the space out that I participated like a couple hours into it. It's over now. I'm recapping you folks on what I was listening to, or at least the beginning of this. You and I are like experiencing at least the first like 15 minutes of this together. Like I said, I was a couple hours in. I'm towards like half, like this chunk right here. I swear. The rest of this is just like all new to me, of them finding
And the
all
fact
this stuff
that
out.
it was a political influence, that this will quickly be labeled a domestic terrorism, and the FBI will be the lead agency investigating this. So I would recommend everybody look at Anbar
man.
and Kash Patel's X page. They are probably going to send a comment quickly, and I can
And they
see
did.
the field office, the FBI field office in
I think
Utah
Kash Patel
being the
did,
lead
yeah.
investigator for this attack, and clearly the Department of Justice is going to take a very hard stance on this assassination attempt against Charlie Kirk. Right now, we don't know his condition. He's been hospitalized in Utah. Do we know?
Oh
Justin?
gosh. Oh gosh. Sorry.
What happened?
Yeah. No. Just I'll just share the chat later on. That's
Yeah, Justin, you saw what I tagged you in.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
I have the. There's another video that no one's gonna publish
it's
this
very graphic.
online. I would say, oh my gosh.
It looks horrible.
The chances of Charlie's survival are. Gosh.
That's crazy.
Yeah, this is just.
Say that.
She said I
Mr.
wouldn't
Kirk
say
has
that.
family.
They would not have pronounced his death on the scene.
No,
Like President
but
Kennedy, they would have taken him to the hospital, see if they could revive him.
well,
Doctor would
this
pronounce
video
his
will be
death.
out there before too long. I'm not going to post it. Please don't post
Yeah.
it. It was.
No. Please don't post it, and please don't post that video in the chat, please. If you come across it, don't post it in the chat.
Seen one of the videos of it up close. Yeah, I don't ever want to see that video ever again or anything like it. It's absurd. It's absolutely absurd. They need to figure out who did this and go freaking lock them up and get whoever was responsible for even pushing it, that individual to even think about doing that. Like, they got to be held accountable for this, man. This is unacceptable. And as conservatives, we definitely have to keep it moving. And the tolerance is getting lower and lower. It's getting lower and lower to be dealing with this political violence. It's just unreal. It's unreal. Let's go further into it and see what they're saying in like an hour or 10 minutes.
Your, I would say, side of the table, believing that speech isn't free and that it should be blocked. Scientists were removed and millions died. Like, this thing about calling anything that you disagree with hate speech has got to end, because people aren't idiots. Like, people understand that telling the truth isn't hate speech. And you got to face up to that.
It's very interesting too, because this gets into a dynamic of talking about the freedom of speech and how complex that becomes. You know, what freedom of speech protects. You know, it's fascinating. It's fascinating stuff.
Yeah, I think like this is going to be a heated environment for the next few days over this topic.
Charlie Kirk loved freedom of speech,
but I think people just need to stop and think, what am I trying to convey here? You have the anchor of the First Amendment, and it is holistic for a reason, in that you're going to have to take the good with the bad, and you're going to have to deal with it. Otherwise, you'll end up like you over there in England, and they'll silence you for calling someone a Muppet and arrest you, right? So, and someone calling someone a Muppet hate speech, I don't care. The freedoms that we enjoy and being able to defend these things are vital interests on both of those sides there.
RFK said it the best. Look, free speech is easy when you're talking about daisies and cupcakes and rainbows, okay? The reason for free speech is to talk about the tough stuff. It was in England that people were arrested and hung for saying the wrong thing, okay? Who is to be the judge of what is hateful and what is just truthful? How many conspiracy theories have we learned in the last 2 years were actual conspiracies out to kill us? Okay, people were arrested in England in 1914 because they were trying to point out that bankers were trying to shut off an oil railway to Berlin. Millions of people
James,
died.
I think that's an
Millions of
important
people died.
conversation.
Let me just
James,
jump in for a
I
second
think
because
that's an important
we're getting a
Go
lot of
ahead, Steph.
conflicting reports on like who the shooter is, if it's that older gentleman that was detained. We're getting a lot of the things. So I think that's something that we're trying to confirm. And I think the problem we're
Yeah, we
running
gotta
into,
stay on topic
is
here.
important to highlight, is that, and this is the thing about social media, right? The news is faster than the ability to verify it. That's always happened. And so that's why we're doing this space, and we want to focus on these specific aspects. And again, we're going to jump in with latest news. So this is what we know so far. One, Charlie Kirk has been shot at Utah Valley University campus. One of the reports from a reporter from the New York Times quoting a spokeswoman from the university indicated that the shot occurred from around a different area, about 200 yards or 200 meters, I believe it was, from the actual event in the Charlie Kirk event in Utah. And again, this is a standard thing that Charlie Kirk has done. I've said this again. This is what I think really propelled him to fame, is his political debates in college campuses, and that's really what made him very successful, specifically with Turning Point USA and his ability to get specifically Gen Z men to support more Republican causes in the political sphere. He was shot, he was wounded, and he's now at the hospital. Multiple news organizations have said that he's currently in surgery in critical condition. The CBS has reported that, per a Turning Point source, that, quote, it's not looking good. The injury was pretty severe and significant. But those are kind of the areas that we're waiting on. We're seeing, a condemnation of this act of violence from both sides of the political spectrum. Both Republicans and Democrats have widely condemned this and are praying for Charlie Kirk's family, as we all are. But right now, a lot of the speculation on who the shooter was, exactly what was the specific aspect of this, we don't know. We really don't have solid confirmation yet. We would have to wait. We do know that the suspect is in custody, but we haven't really received information on the identity of the person, confirm a lot of names. That's what I was looking in the back. I've seen reports that it was a registered Democrat in Utah, and then they quickly turn around and say, actually, no, he's based out of DC. Again, we don't know, and we have to wait on official law enforcement sources to confirm who the shooter was. And we are waiting for official confirmation and information about the situation from Charlie Kirk. But with that, I'm going to go to Peter Sweden. Go ahead.
Hello, thank you for having me. Well, I just want to have add some thoughts on this. I've been shocked here seeing what happened with Charlie Kirk. And I mean, he has been out here at universities doing this, engaging in debate, engaging in free speech. And then all of a sudden this guy just comes and shoots him. And it's very clear that whoever did this, I mean, this has to be classified as a terror attack. I mean, there's no doubt about that. The guy who did this obviously want to instill fear in the people that were there and people on the right. Sorry, I'm a little bit in a shock still here about seeing all these videos. It's just been so terrible to see. But obviously this is a terror attack, trying to instill fear in people because of their political views. And I think we don't know too much details yet about the identity of the shooter, but it's probably fair to assume that he was not a fan of Charlie Kirk's politics, which is right-wing, conservative.
Pretty evident. Scandinavia.
It's probably fair to assume that he was on the left wing of the spectrum. Obviously, we don't have any details on that yet. So just want to talk a little bit about that. The threat of the far left, which has been not very much talked about in the mainstream media, because the mainstream media has been very much complicit in this. They've been radicalizing people against the right, against conservatives for quite a long time now, not only in the US, but also in Europe, where I'm from. I mean, if you look at the mainstream media in Europe, there's constantly talk about, oh, the far right or conservatives this, conservatives that, but there's never any talk about the threat from the far left, even though the far left has been perpetrating many attacks lately, not only in the US, but also in Europe as well. And there's barely talked about it in the mainstream media at all. And I just wanted to point that out, to highlight that problem, that the far left is actually a very big threat to our freedom.
See, he's talking about the far left. So now this seems to be pretty evident that like everyone seems to be on this concerted or this consensus that there is a radical side to the people that are not are like psychos on like both sides, but there seems to be, I think, me personally, I think there's some folks on this left side. These folks are insane. Like insane to be doing stuff like this. This is not cool, man. What is this? Jen Psaki, Trump escalated. What's this lady talk about?
The video, I don't want, but he put out a 4-minute video, and I'm not going to play the video. I don't want to play the video. But there was a line at the end that I think is, I just wanted to raise and read. At the end of this 4-minute video, he says, "For years, those on the radical left have compared wonderful Americans like Charlie to Nazis and the world's worst mass murderers and criminals. This kind of rhetoric is directly responsible for the terrorism that we're seeing in our country today, and it must stop right now." And obviously, there's a lot of rhetoric that is problematic. A lot of it is coming from one particular side and from one particular building. But what can be done? I fear when this is an escalation already in less than 24 hours of this shooting.
Yeah, I think historically presidents have looked for opportunities to bring people together. Mm-hmm. You know, right now,
this guy was in the military, I'm pretty sure.
That'll bring the country together. Yeah,
Senator Markell.
And not try to further, divide us.
But he put out a 4-minute video, and I'm not going to play the video. I don't want to play the video. But
I was going to say he's got the look. Right in the fall has a video of Charlie Kirk here.
Everything just goes away. How would you, if you could be associated with one thing, how would you want to be remembered?
I want to be remembered for courage for my faith. That would be the most important thing. The most important thing is my faith in my life.
How do you want to be remembered?
It's crazy.
I mean, if I die?
He was on Bill Maher's show. It's an interesting podcast. Interesting pod. You got to go check that out. So that's with Mario in the fall. Once again, this is his space that we're in, so we're gonna go skip a little bit into this, just a little bit more, and then we're gonna go check out a couple videos just quick, and give my respects to Charlie Kirk and his family. This is a very tragic day.
To allow to maybe convince more politicians and more people who are prominent on social media to not be afraid to befriend those.
This also gets into like a firearm situation. Like, is this going to be an attempt to take those away? Or is this going to be a big push for that? Because that is, oh man. It's just crazy. It's crazy. We just got to figure out who this person is, because they're saying there's a manhunt. Like, this is like Martin Fall posted this. Like, he literally just posted this. So they're saying there's a manhunt going on. Like, what's up? What time was this? That's what, 6:32 Pacific Standard Time. Oh man. Let's get back
think
into
tank
it.
that's not trying to pick one side, right? Because the real databases show you everybody, right, left, center, communist, fascist, ISIS, right-wing settlers in Israel. It shows you everybody. And the overwhelming evidence in the United States is clear. There's a lot more political violence coming from the right. And I don't care what you think or say. And if you disagree with me, go check out the databases. They're out there. They're not hard to find. Start ADL. There's a whole bunch of different databases, and it's not even close. But the left has been increasing its political violence as well, and I've been calling it out since Bernie Sanders' people threw chairs at the Nevada convention. So I call it out on the left and the right, and I don't want any more increased violence anywhere, but it's not equally distributed.
Okay, thanks. You got some thumbs down. I'm gonna send it over to my friend Buzz, who thumbs down you. Go, Buzz. Did you have a?
All right. Let's put it right
about
here.
a lot of things. And so giving up our tools is not ever going to be the answer. Yes, we're seeing devastating things. That's because devastating things are happening, but it's better for us to see what's happening and to address it than for us to be completely oblivious. Ignorance is bliss. If you don't want to see it, then you get off, take your own personal freedom and make that decision, but you do not get to make that decision for everybody else. We are going to have to know what's happening in order to address all of this. And so thank you, Mario and David, for putting this on. We need to keep having these conversations. Genuinely, you guys, we are in a very scary place in our country politically. But standing back to, I don't know who was saying it, but we do not cancel our events. We get better security. I was wondering why he didn't have bulletproof glass panels. You know, I think that all of us, if I ever run for office, whoever's doing this, we need to take our safety very seriously because we are being hunted. We all have targets on our back now. And so just take your security very seriously, protect your friends and family. Don't ever, you know, let Charlie's memory go away, because we need to remember that what he would want us to do is to have our opinions. He listened to everybody else's opinions. Put your
Right.
opinions out there. We don't shut ourselves out or just stop speaking up. So free speech forever as far as I'm concerned. But God bless Charlie. Pray for his family and Erica. I can't imagine what she's going through tonight. But, you know, pray for our
This is
country
Dan
because we're in a
Bilzerian.
really
Dude,
bad
Dan
spot, y'all.
Bilzerian was in here. That's crazy.
So I want.
Ed Krasenstein was in here. What? Whoa, that's crazy. Man, that's wild. Yeah, Myron Gaines was in here. Wow. Myron Gaines did have a space, I'm pretty sure. Just going on. All right. Play a couple videos here,
Craig, no.
and we will end the stream here, folks.
Adam, I
Thank
gotta
you for
give you a
being
hard
here.
minute, and then I'm gonna get.
Oh, I should have went back to that. Yeah, I should have let that. Can I go back to that? I should be able to go back to that. Thank you all for being here. We are doing this live stream in honor of Charlie Kirk. I'm also going to be doing these streams more often when it comes to the news. I think this was a call to action. You can hit me up on all platforms at Kicking It with Timmy B. That's KING for the Kicking It with Timmy B. And we are streaming on X at KIWTB Gaming. I have a website and everything I'm going to be putting up here hopefully before the end of the year. I think I'm going to definitely for this moment as well. I think this is a very motivating moment that I need to keep the momentum from this. Unfortunately, this had to have happened. But yeah. Okay, so I found it here. Where's it gonna stop at? Is it gonna stop?
We don't shut ourselves out.
Person at my rally heard a few things you guys were saying, and then I heard you were wrapping up the space, so I jumped out. So I don't know, what's been said and what hasn't been said. But I guess there's just a couple of things.
This guy
that
Peter
I feel
Sweden
are
comes
important
back
to
in.
mention. I actually just heard
Peter
one of
Emmanuelson.
the women who was just speaking a moment ago kind of touch on it a little bit, and that is, a lot of people know that I'm in New York right now, and I'm I've kind of dedicated myself for the next couple of months to fighting the socialist agenda here and fighting Mom Donnie and what's going on. And in addition to that, my organization Walk Away, we go into colleges and stuff, and obviously what Charlie has done and the career that he has built and the organization that he has built is in a whole nother stratosphere than what I'm doing or what pretty much anybody else has done too. But um, I was in shock today, like everybody else, when this happened, and asking myself, what is the right thing to do right now? Because I have two events this week. We have a anti-Mom Donnie town hall scheduled. We have another rally in Queens scheduled, and also it was on my content calendar to start dropping. We did 5 different college events recently in California, and I was going to start dropping the footage over the next week. And I'm like, I don't know what the right thing to do is now, because does it seem insensitive? Does it seem inappropriate to start dropping that footage? And in terms of people's safety and security, I know people are going to go, why are you doing these events right now? Why would you do your town hall? But I got to tell you, I'm not going to cancel anything. And I know that some people are going to disapprove, and some people are going to say it's not appropriate, and some people are going to not show up because they're going to be fearful about showing up, which, by the way, is the whole point of them doing this. It's like they're trying to silence us, they're trying to stop us, but they're also trying to scare us, and they're trying to make us afraid. I heard somebody say, that Ben Shapiro just canceled all of his college events. I really hope that that's not true. I'm sure it probably is if somebody's saying that it's true. I'm not going to cancel anything. And if I am the only person at my rally on Sunday, so be it. If I'm the only person who shows up at my town hall on Saturday, so be it. But I think that if we care about the legacy and the impact and the mission of what Charlie did, and I think that if his life and his body of work are to be honored and have meaning, it means that we don't quit the fight, that we don't stop moving forward, that we continue to fight back against the people that did this to him and the radicalization of the left and all of these people that have led us to this moment. I know, and I want people to understand, and I don't want to make it about this, but when I came onto the scene in 2018, a few things happened, and there was tension that happened between me and Charlie and some of the people in that camp, and it unfortunately never got resolved, which was a big part of the reason why I was crying today, because I really wish that it could have. So I'm not coming here today as like somebody.
It's very sad. Be the last words to somebody before they pass away be something negative. You can't, you'd wish you'd be able to go fix that, or that not be the last thing, right? It's very sad.
To be Charlie Kirk's best friend or whatever. That was not our relationship. But I had nothing but the utmost respect and admiration for his intelligence, for his fight, and for what he built. And whether he and I were friends or not, I intend to honor his life and his legacy by continuing to be a voice and a warrior in this culture war and in this fight. And that for me means we don't become afraid. We don't cower to this type of violence and intimidation. And that it is incumbent upon all of us to stay in the fight and keep moving forward and keep doing what we do. And that's what I'm going to do. And I encourage everyone else to do exactly the same.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. My prayers go out to Charlie Kirk and his family. We got a couple videos here, and we're gonna end it there. We got some video of Charlie pulling up on campus with Vivek Ramaswamy. This is 10 months ago. This went viral. 1.4 million views. Charlie Kirk and Vivek take on two students claiming Trump is anti-American.
You know what I'm saying? My name is Zahra.
Okay,
so we are Kamala Harris supporters. Or Kamala Harris, rather.
As of now.
Maybe, we'll see.
You guys are Trump supporters as of now.
Yeah, exactly. Basically, we're going to talk about we wanted to ask y'all about two main points, right? Which is essentially, we believe that Trump is anti-American, anti-patriotic fundamentally.
Our primary opposition to Trump is that he is anti-American and anti-patriotic. He fundamentally undermines American values.
Yes.
Okay. This guy has a MAGA hat in his hand right now.
Give us 3 examples how Donald Trump has undermined American values.
Absolutely. So the first, I'll say the lightest example, is going to be rhetoric on Twitter. He said openly on Twitter that we should suspend the Constitution. I feel as though that's fairly anti-American. He's the next much larger point is going to be January 6th. I think the whole January 6th thing overall is a major problem for Trump as an American in general. And the last sort of thing is his general sort of demeanor. He treats Americans who disagree with him as people to not really support, as people not to really help out or anything like that. If you're against Trump, it's the highway or the other, I don't remember the phrase, but you know what I'm talking about. Yeah.
You're trying to say my way or the highway. All right.
Yeah.
I appreciate the respectful manner in which you asked that question. So here's the thing. If you care about defensive democracy, here's what democracy is about to me.
Okay.
Is do you get to do what we just did, where you get to express yourself and your opinion freely, as long as I do or Charlie do or what's your name? Zahra. Or Zahra does in return. That's American democracy. That's the whole ball game. If we lose that, we don't have a country.
Okay.
So here's what's happened under 4 years of Joe Biden. Okay, we have seen the censorship of Donald Trump at the instruction of government agencies. We've seen a lot of people in this country who have been held without going through due process for expressing themselves in the open. We've seen social media companies on the eve of the last election. There was the Hunter Biden laptop story. A lot of people said that if they had seen that story, they would have voted differently. If you wanted to send that on a direct message on Twitter or on Facebook, they suppressed you from doing it. That's not democracy. That's the stuff of banana republics. That's the stuff of third world nations. And so my view is you don't have to agree with 100% of what Donald Trump says to vote for him, and you don't have to agree with 100% of what Kamala Harris says to vote for her too. I'll apply the same standard. But what we want in this country is the basic rules of the road where if you have an opinion,
He's got security right behind him.
The government censoring you along the way. So when you think about what's anti-American, there's nothing more anti-American than censorship. And if you look at which person was more responsible for censorship, was it Biden-Harris or was it the Donald Trump administration? It's not even close. And that's why I'd encourage you to change your mind.
It's not even close. It's crazy.
I do want to ask, though.
Yes.
You say you're supporting Kamala Harris. Can you, either of you, tell me what you think her greatest accomplishment is?
Yeah, so, I mean, there's a few. Oh, yeah. Do you want to go first or do you want me?
Wait, before we answer that question, I feel like our...
Why can't you just answer the question? You shouldn't have to do all these things. Just answer the question and then go about what you're about to ask. You know, what is that? But now they have to think like, okay, he just asked me this question about her. Now I have to figure out what this lady has done that I find to be an accomplishment that's so great for me to want to vote for her. So it's like tick, 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 like time is ticking.
Question wasn't sufficiently responded.
If she was really about it, if this woman supposedly really had done something like great, she'd be immediately be able to tell you. Donald Trump, he's out here, close the border. Immediately. I didn't have to even think about it.
It feels as though you guys pivoted.
What is the question?
The question is, why do you think that...
Okay, so you said he wanted to suspend the Constitution. Did he do that when he was president?
No, he did not. But
Okay, so then why would he do it again when he was president again? So what evidence do you have that Donald Trump would ever suspend the Constitution?
Do you think that it is like legitimate to be
Charlie
considered
Kirk,
as
man.
an American citizen for a potential presidential candidate, a former U.S. president, to threaten to suspend the U.S. Constitution?
He never has. You're misquoting him, but let's just look at what he did, not just rhetoric. Can you give me one instance where he suspended the Constitution when he was president?
I mean, he wanted to suspend. I don't know if you want to count it as the Constitution, but
So he never
January
did,
6th.
but he
Let's talk about
wanted
January
to.
6th. What happened on January 6th?
Well, yeah, it's a long sort of buildup where Donald Trump was working with most of his former staff, including Mike Pence and all the others, to try to get a sort of slate of fake electors to then go up to the Capitol, get a large group of Trump supporters to be really, really riled up. Hopefully they delay the certification of the vote enough so that Mike Pence can break the ECA, and therefore Donald Trump wins by getting these fake electors through that sort of meeting.
Yeah, or what happened, there was a big rally and he said to peacefully and patriotically march to the Capitol, which you believe in, right? To be able to have freedom of speech.
I mean, yeah.
Right.
And the only person to die on January 6th was a Trump supporter killed by one of Nancy Pelosi's bodyguards. So I just want to be clear.
Because she was breaking into the Capitol.
Oh, so you should Ashley Babbitt should be killed? Wow, okay, that's a new one.
Well, she was.
I just want to be clear. We're not
Charlie, do
defending.
you not believe in standing ground? Do you not believe that someone was intruding on property of which they should not have been intruding?
Well, hold on, but Ashley Babbitt was unarmed. Isn't the whole kind of shtick of the American left like don't shoot unarmed people?
If I break into your
crazy,
house and
man.
I was armed, but I was breaking into your house.
Was George Floyd, was that a rightful death?
No, but probably wasn't breaking into the cop's house. That's
Well,
probably not.
he was under he was submitted. He was submitted by.
Well, so was Ashley Abbott actually.
No, I don't.
Ashley Babbitt was retreating at the time that she was shot in the head. Anyway, that's besides the point.
What do you think about the fake elector scheme, and what do you think about Trump trying
they
to
were
pressure
alternate
Roxler
electors, which
and
again,
other-
alternate electors is a tradition that goes all the way back to the 1960 election with JFK versus
Just
Nixon,
kills.
of which was not considered a threat to.
So how do you know that,
But I'm
right?
interested though. You guys are super focused on technical things
It's
that we can
great.
talk about forever. Let me just ask a question. I asked you, what is Kamala Harris's greatest accomplishment?
You
Can tell
still
me what
haven't
that would be?
answered.
Okay, yeah, so just to go through it, just so it doesn't seem like we're dodging, there's a couple different things. She's by far the most active vice president in U.S. history, I'm pretty sure. She's had the most, be mad.
Wait, what do you mean active? Like,
she's had the most tie-breaking votes in the Senate in U.S. history. I'm pretty sure this is true. Either that or like super close. Yeah. We'll be okay, guys. We'll be okay.
Let me just rephrase. What, just in your opinion, because I want to get this on the table. What is the single thing that she has
What
done
are these people
to
talking about?
improve the lives of Americans?
I mean, we can talk about her time as the DA. We can talk about her time.
Oh, that's great.
as Attorney General. I guess
It's
my
great.
question to you is, what are the constitutionally?
These people still have not answered the question. It's so simple. What has she done? Yo, it's crazy.
prescribed roles of a vice president that she failed to.
Okay, yeah, I'm glad you asked. So she was in charge of two things. She was in charge of
Just
the
give me
Russian-Ukrainian
something.
war before it happened, and she was in charge of the border. She was
And the withdrawal from Afghanistan.
And the withdrawal from Afghanistan. Those three things. The border, we have 10 million illegal people that have come to this country under her watch. She gave a speech at the Munich Security Conference where Vladimir Putin invaded Ukraine and all but invited Vladimir Putin's invasion. And then she was in charge of the withdrawal of Afghanistan. Are those three successful things that we can look to as Kamala Harris being VP?
Well, you know, it's really funny because speaking on the
I've seen this guy in like all the videos. He's just chilling there. He's looking left and right. I mean, they got people up here. This is not the same event, but this is an event. This is before the election, too. So, I mean, it's crazy, man. It's so crazy.
that 10 million immigrant point, I would be more mad at Kamala Harris if they didn't try to pass a border bill. If they didn't try to pass a border
I would be
bill.
more
Yeah,
mad
but we
at
don't
the
need
person-
new border laws as exhibited by Donald Trump because under Donald Trump we didn't have any new border laws and border crossings were at an all-time low. Instead, Joe Biden and Kamala
When?
Harris, when Donald Trump was president
What
from
time in-
2017 to 2021,
There, I think
when
there
he
was a
president.
specific period of time when it was an all-time low.
Yeah, it was an all-time low on an average over the 4 years of Trump being president. But the first
Wow.
thing Joe Biden and Kamala Harris did is they rescinded 65 executive actions that Donald Trump put into place. For example, DNA testing. If I were to ask you how many kids right now are missing from the southern border, how many would you say?
I'm pretty sure y'all say something like 350,000.
Yeah, so 320,000 kids are missing, many of whom are being sex trafficked. Do you know why that is? Because Kamala Harris got rid of DNA testing on the southern border, where you no longer have to be swab DNA test. It takes 90 seconds
That's
to
crazy.
find out if a kid is related to the person that is bringing them across the border.
Wow.
So Kamala Harris has been responsible for the border, which is one of the greatest failings in modern American history. And so, yes, as a vice president, you are tasked with certain projects and certain things.
Exactly.
Everything she has touched has been a miserable failure. If that is the case, why would she be a good president?
Okay, so a couple different things on that whole immigration point. One, again, it's weird to frame the border thing as like only an additional thing for new laws. Like we know for a fact there's going to be additional border agents. We know for a fact there's going to be additional funding.
Additional judges.
Additional judges.
So remain in Mexico was Trump's signature policy.
It was.
Okay, so it means you remain in Mexico as your case is adjudicated.
Yeah.
Right now, do you know if remain in Mexico is still the law of the land?
It's not. It is not.
Actually, so that's just you have no reason. I'm not going to hold you responsible for this.
Okay.
Actually, it turns out remain in Mexico is the law of the land. A federal judge has held accordingly. They're just not enforcing it. So
Right.
Donald Trump and the Republican position, I share this, is if you're not going to enforce the laws as they exist, there's no point in actually passing new laws. The first step we need to do is enforce
the
the laws
old
as they
laws.
exist right now.
Exactly.
And back to the broader point about Kamala
Our
Harris
old
versus
laws.
Donald Trump. I'm just going to give you some hard facts. Okay. Under Donald Trump,
Crazy, man.
prices stayed flat, wages went up. Under Kamala Harris and Joe Biden, prices have gone up, wages have remained flat. Under Donald Trump, in 2019, we hit the all-time low for illegal entries into this country. Under Kamala Harris and Joe Biden, the last 4 years, we've had the largest number of illegal entrants into this country over a 3-year time span in American history. Under Donald Trump, we were not in major conflicts in Russia, Ukraine, or
Vivek Ramaswamy is running for governor of Ohio. Shout out to Vivek Ramaswamy. Let's get back into
the
it.
Middle East. Under Kamala Harris and Joe Biden, we are closer to World War III than we've ever been in our lifetime. So if we just measure closeness to World War III, border crisis, economy, what makes your life better and the lives of the people here better, I believe it's not even close. When you think about it, you can have the debates about democracy all you want.
I mean,
think
it's
censorship is
crazy
the
right
greatest
now,
form of
though.
Democracy, and we've seen greater form of.
I mean, to see this 10 months ago, to it being 10 months present day, man, like, it's insane right now.
Censorship in the last 3 years than we've seen any other time in my lifetime. But on the issues of what's going to make the lives of the people here better, I think it's not even close, and that's why I'd encourage you to ask yourself, who's going to make your life better in the next 4 years? I think Donald Trump's the answer to that question.
Do you think that one thing that would have helped the massive rates of border crossings would have been the border bill, the bipartisan border legislation?
The answer is no. The answer is no to that because, first of all, most of those border crossings occurred before that border bill was even proposed. What would have helped was actually enforcing the laws as they exist.
Wow, they're- yeah,
Re-implement
man.
Remain in Mexico, complete the actual construction of the border wall.
It's crazy.
And then stop funding federal sanctuary
It's crazy.
cities where our own taxpayer money is creating the incentives for those illegal migrants to cross.
And
That didn't
just-
happen under
just-
Trump. It's
just-
happening under Biden and
I don't mean
Harris.
to interrupt, but super quick. The border bill would have said it was permissible to have 5,000 people crossing the border a day. It's correct. It's in the language of the bill.
It was saying 5,000 people. At the point at which 5,000
Yeah, so
people
if it's-
crossed, they would have shut down the border.
Right. So if it's 4,999, you don't shut down the border. That's pretty insane, right?
Oh, wait, but also very, very quickly.
How about this? You should shut down the border with one person crossing the southern border.
Also, just to be very, very clear, when we say, all right, buddy. When we say crossing, right, we understand that most of the immigration that's coming in right now is not just randomly borders crossing people. It's usually asylum seekers, right?
Well, no, it's actually cartel-smuggled, cartel-sponsored, fraudulent asylum claims. I encourage you to go down to the border and see it yourself. The cartel will take someone from any, what Pakistan,
Crazy.
India, 135
Anybody.
countries,
Yep.
will, quote unquote claim asylum after they pay the cartel $10,000.
It's crazy.
90% of all people that cross the border are pseudo slaves by the cartels, basically.
So you think 9 million of the undocumented, like the immigrants that have come in, are all illegal?
No,
Is that what you're saying?
they're all illegal because we know it to be true. It's not the question. They're fraudulent. They're defrauding the American immigration system is what they're doing.
Wait, so you're saying that there is sufficient proof?
Please talk in the mic.
You're saying that there's sufficient proof that claims that the 9 million people who crossed the border, weren't, I guess, official asylum seekers?
Yes, I mean, so for example, what is the asylum claim if you're coming from Germany?
North Korea,
Yeah.
actually. So there's an interesting case. So I went down to the southern. I'll tell you two personal facts, right? I went down to the southern border. The day before I got there, there was two men who came from Lebanon, crossed the southern border, smuggled
crazy.
across. They, in that case, caught the two of them. There was also a woman from North Korea in a bag that crossed the southern border.
It's crazy.
What's interesting about that is North Korea is a country from whom you can actually seek refugee status in the United States, yet she chose not to do it and cross illegally. Is that an illegal border crossing?
It's
Will you lie
crazy.
to a border patrol agent when you do it? The answer is yes.
That's
And I think
crazy.
actually that number is way higher than 9 million over
Oh,
the course
man.
of the last 4 years. And the other thing I'll just sort of personally lay out for you, I don't have any financial interest in this, but I'm laying out because I did it this year because it is meaningful. There's a movie I actually helped make this year called City of Dreams. It tells the story of a young man who was smuggled across the border, true story, in L.A., in sweatshops. This is the kind of thing that the left used to be concerned about. A child who's separated from his parents, put into forced labor in the United States.
It's crazy.
That is a direct consequence of the cartel influence policies. And yes, I think there are probably upwards of at least somewhere between 10 and 30 million people in the United States of America right now illegally. And
Under the
your first act
cartel.
of entering this country, if it breaks the law, that's
Let's
unconstitutional,
go back to the
it's
laws.
unlawful. And the number one thing that
Or
our immigration system
force the
rewards
laws.
right now isn't how smart you are, isn't how hard you're going to work.
The refugee
it's whether
says.
you're willing to lie to the U.S. government. If you say under asylum laws, what it says is if I'm under threat of bodily harm right now for my race or my religion or factors like that, you have to have documented proof. So if you say I don't have that proof and I'm not really under threat for bodily harm, I don't want to lie, you don't get in. But if you're willing to lie, you check that box on the CBP One app or otherwise, you get in. So right now, our immigration system literally selects for the people who are most willing to lie to the U.S. government to get in. And that's why it's no surprise that the people whose first act of entering the country breaks the law often continue to break the law while they're already here. I don't think that's racist or xenophobic. I think it's a fact based on who we're actually selecting to come into the country.
It's
Do you
crazy.
think that allowing
Bars.
for thousands of more Border Patrol agents and more judges to properly assess and legitimize the validity of these asylum and otherwise claims would possibly like reduce that number and help the
It
issue?
would reduce
I
that
agree
number
it's an
if the ones who are already there were allowed to do their jobs. But right now, the ones who are there are actually not allowed to do their jobs because remain in Mexico, though it's technically the law of the land. Homeland Security has been instructed not to enforce it. That's unlawful. And by the way, I would
Yeah,
call that,
that's not
back
cool,
to our
man.
first discussion, I would call that a threat to our democracy. When we have democratically passed laws, but where the administrators of that law say we're not going to actually follow that law, that I actually consider to be the greatest threat to democracy of all.
And just the last point is that the people in this audience, which is a very diverse audience, specifically black Americans, should be incensed that they're being replaced by foreigners. And something that has always been kind of a mantra of the Democrat Party is that we have and I can resonate with this partially, is that we have an obligation to American citizens, specifically black Americans. And black Americans are now being put aside so that a bunch of foreigners can come undercut wages and fill your cities.
That's
In fact, we see this in
crazy, my
Chicago, New
guy.
York. So I don't expect you guys to like put on the MAGA hat right now, but I want to plant a seed for you guys that the black community, which you obviously both care a lot about, is actually not being prioritized. Instead, people from the third world are coming in and black America is getting put last, which seems to be a common theme over the last 60 years when Democrats are in control.
Bars.
Well, okay. I guess final point.
It's insane. Oh my God, Charlie Kirk, man, a legend, dude, a legend. Oh my God, he will be missed. Oh man, I'll put the link in the description below. Hit the like, share, and the subscribe button. My prayers go out to Charlie and his family. His family has suffered a tragic loss. The Conservative Party, America, has, suffered a great loss today. A great loss today. As of time wise, I'm gonna cut this now. If I get any more information about this, we're definitely gonna pull up. Once again, we're doing this news segment stuff. We're gonna be doing this a couple days a week, and at some point, it's gonna be like full time here. I have to figure some things out. I'm gonna end on this. This is a picture I took of Charlie Kirk at AM Fest 2023. I have it right here with my face on it. We got the double lanyards from Turning Point. Turning Point Action, TP USA. We got to see PBD, Candace Owens, a bunch of other people, Glenn Beck. I think it was Donald Trump Jr. And Charlie Kirk actually did a podcast. Oh man, I gotta pull that up. That's crazy. We gotta pull that up. Oh man, we gotta pull that up. see if I can find this. Oh, this is lit.
Elon Musk just responded to this.
Yo. Long story short, I took this picture of Charlie Kirk when I went to AM Fest. This gentleman inspired me so much. I think after 2020, he inspired me to look more into politics and to have these difficult conversations. It's been very useful for me to have that motivation and that want to have these conversations with others so I can learn and so others can learn. But it's very important. It's very important. I can't wait to it's crazy. I got this video here. We got to pull this up. This is Charlie Kirk when I was at TP USA. And I'm like right next to this guy. Right next to him. It's crazy. I'm right next to the stage where they're at. Shout out to PBD. We got to see what PBD's reaction is, but I'm going to leave the link for that. I'm going to watch it offline.
Okay, so I don't know.
And I'm literally like right over here next to this individual. It's a bunch of people over here. It's crazy.
I don't know how often we do podcasts on a Saturday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right now, right? Because we're in Phoenix right now.
Yep. Right.
But we were invited to this event by this guy who is a very special guy. He's got how many people? Make some noise, everybody. Make some noise.
They're here. They're here.
I don't know, 13,000 people in the room. Insanity at Turning Point USA. We got Adam here. We got BizDoc Tom. We got Vinny and the great Charlie
Kirk.
Give it up for Charlie.
Oh, man, that's crazy.
I got to tell you, one of the things I learned about you today, which I had no idea, I did not know your grandmother voted Republican her entire life, and ever since she's died,
that's right.
She's a voting Democrat.
That's right. Ever since.
Every year.
That's a joke, YouTube.
That's a joke, everybody.
That's crazy.
Charlie.
Oh, no.
We first of all, credit to the staff, the Turning Point USA staff. They work their tail off. They work all year, first on campuses and in churches, and this is a culmination of all of it. It's a celebration of the grassroots army that we've built at Turning Point USA. But PBD, you host amazing events. Honored to speak at one a couple months ago. You know what it takes to put on events like this.
Yeah.
And to execute on a standard of excellence like the Turning Point team does is not easy. And I'm so thankful for our team, from the graphic design team to the social media team to people that have been here literally sleepless nights for a week to make sure that everyone here can have a life-changing experience. So I'm thrilled for our team. Glory be to God. He's blessed us amazingly here. It's the biggest event, multi-day event in conservative history, and also obviously the biggest event in Turning Point USA history.
That's powerful to hear that. Seeing the energy. And by the way, if you're here, you know what I'm talking about. If you're not, if you saw it online, it was absolutely electrifying. We want to get into some topics. We're doing podcasts right now. We got some stories.
Yep.
One of the stories I think we can get into, we'll get into here in a minute, is what Kobe Covington said about LeBron James not standing up in the NBA game, the standing ovation. We'll talk about that. There was some extracurricular activity by a Senate staffer. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. That's crazy. Let's see if we can get Charlie Kirk's thoughts on something real quick before you dip.
SAP and SAP, and next up are going to be Salesforce with Oracle and Adobe coming up. So tell us more about the story.
So that story didn't get a lot of headlines about AI. It's developing. But what the other IBM story is, which is going viral thanks to James O'Keefe, is this one where IBM was caught on camera. Their CEO saying, give bonuses only to black employees and don't give them to white people. We should actively discriminate against white people. America First Legal has slammed IBM. They're potentially going to sue over a Title VI complaint. So what do the two have together, right? Anti-white attitudes, IBM, and AI.
Tell us.
Well, AI, it's who's going to write the ethics and the morals of the AI of tomorrow? So AI is going to become a woke superweapon.
Oh, shit.
So think about it. Who's going to tell AI right from wrong? Well, the code of ethics that govern IBM is going to be infused into the operating protocol of AI.
It's crazy that he's saying this because I think this is before Grok came out. I'm pretty sure this is before Grok AI, but I think Google had that issue where it made all of these people into like, no man, this stuff. He's like foreshadowing something. I'm kind of seeing here. He's like kind of foreshadowing
So
something.
doesn't seem like it's related. Okay, they have a press release. They're making all this money in AI. So let's pretend you go into the AI that IBM is developing, a ChatGPT type model, right?
Yeah.
You ask the question, can black people be racist? And the IBM AI would eventually say no. They would say, what is racism? And they'd say racism is not individual prejudice, but a power struggle of what I'm getting at is that two seemingly disconnected stories here, IBM making a ton of money on AI and their woke culture. This is the danger, the clear and present danger of artificial intelligence is less about Terminator. That's a thing, but it's more about giving the woke mind virus a thermonuclear weapon to redesign society. Because at some point, something has to tell the AI what is true and what is good. And the IBM Code of Ethics, I kid you not, I have it in front of me, and you guys can look it up. IBM has a 10 commandments. Elon Musk just responded to this. A 10 commandments, a DEI 10 commandments, allyship commandments. This is IBM. Openly acknowledge privilege and systemic racism exist and result in trauma. 2, never question the reality of our black friends and colleagues. 3, reject the idea that race is political. Accept that white people are responsible for dismantling racism. 5, understanding only white people are racist.
Wait, this is
an official
where-
document of IBM.
IBM's document.
Rob, can you pull this up so we can show this to the audience
go
if
to
you have this?
He's talking about the racially discriminating stuff that IBM was doing towards white and Asian employees. Man, I'd have to look into that, but this was like a couple years ago. It's just crazy, man. Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. It's your boy. Excuse me. It's your boy kicking it with Timmy B. Very, very tragic day today. It breaks my heart to hear that Charlie Kirk did not make it. He did not survive his gunshot wound to the neck earlier today at UVU, as Utah Valley University, September 10th, 2025. My prayers go out to him and his family. We have lost a great God-fearing, true American patriot. It really breaks my heart, folks. It really does. So in honor of Charlie Kirk, I'm going to read a passage from the Bible here. I've never done this live here, but I think this is a very important moment, and it calls for prayer. It's a passage from the book of Job, 23:12. It goes, "Where can I find God?" Then Job answered and said, "Even today is my complaint bitter. My stroke is heavier than my groaning. Oh, that I knew where I might find him, that I might come even to his seat. I would order my cause before him and fill my mouth with arguments. I would know the words which he would answer me, and understand that he would say unto me, will he plead against me with his great power? No, he would put strength in me. There the righteous might dispute with him, so should I be delivered forever from my judge. Behold, I go forward, but he is not there, and backward I cannot perceive him. On the left hand, where he doth work, but I cannot behold him. He hideth himself on the right hand, that I cannot see him. But he knoweth the way that I take. When he hath tried me, I shall come forth as gold. My foot hath held its steps. His way have I kept and not declined. Neither have I gone back from the commandment of his lips. I have esteemed the words of his mouth more than my necessary food. But he is in one mind, and who can turn him? And what his soul desireth, even that he doeth. For he performeth the thing that is appointed for me, and many such things are with him. Therefore I troubled at his presence. When I consider, I am afraid of him. For God maketh my heart soft, and the Almighty troubleth me. Because I was not cut off before the darkness, neither hath he covered the darkness from my face. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. A lot of work has to be done here from now on. I think this was a call to action to personally for me to get myself together. Information is very important, and not only staying informed in the Word of God, but staying informed in all aspects of life that helps me and helps the people around me, helps people learn and grow and build opportunities and network and keep people informed and just trying to do the right thing, right? Not perfect. Neither was Charlie Kirk, but I tell you what, I think he was a good man. I don't think he deserved this, and I want justice for Charlie Kirk. We need to figure out what happened today, why did it happen, and we need to make sure it never happens again. That's for sure. That is for sure. So my prayers go out to Charlie Kirk and his family. Once again, this picture, I took this picture here. You should be able to see it at AM Fest. This gentleman influenced me or motivated me to go out to go do something I normally wouldn't do, because from where I come from, folks normally wouldn't go to something like this, or they wouldn't be able to give Charlie Kirk the time of the day to hear what he has to say, to be able to debate with him, or to be able to hear him debate with others and hear his thought process. He believed in freedom of speech. He was a God-fearing man, and I honestly feel like he was a true American patriot. And I think I can agree with President Donald Trump. I mean, he was like that. Charlie Kirk was the epitome of what it meant to be an American patriot in like the modern age. It's a fascinating gentleman. He will be missed, and his work will continue on. It's your boy Kicking It with Timmy B. If you enjoyed this video, please consider hitting a like, share, and the subscribe button. I would deeply appreciate it, and send your prayers out to Charlie Kirk's family. If there's anything like funding or donations or something like that, I'm going to figure out the website for it, and I'll just put that stuff in the description below of each of these videos in the main live stream that we're doing here. But please stay safe please stay safe, keep yourself informed, and when we figure out more information, I will be back. It's your boy Kicking It with Timmy B. I'll see you folks on the next one.